So, welcome to my class. Thank you all for being here. I know it's early in the morning and I'm feeling exhausted as well. But like I said yesterday in the chat, it will be slightly less athletic than other classes. So no going upside down, no bowling or stuff like that. Just stay here. We start off very easy, like just with like activating our muscles in the position. The idea of the class is double trouble. It's what's the name of the more or less specific position, but we start off in saddle or cross inside Ashigarami. It's very easy if you get the terminology right. So with the feet, we can either have them straight, so like parallel to our body, or across. So because we're like cross inside, I put the leg across to my other hip, and then I place my feet on the inside. So that's why it's cross inside, it's my foot position. And I try to get as close as possible. I try to focus on the space behind the knee. So if I'm like this, and some people will like start off like this, you don't really have a control of the knee because you don't fill up the space. So try to fill up the space with your own thigh and also try to like clamp in really. The foot position isn't that important for myself. You need to be careful with certain partners because they try to look for the free leg here. So maybe sometimes you need to hide it away a little bit. Sometimes you can be more casual with it. But for the beginning, I would advise just go like foot on foot or like a small like clamp. But still try to focus on like getting your knee in. Then control the secondary leg. Just put it like a weak overhook position, pull it in, and from here the opponent just starts to move and try to get out. So increase the resistance like one by one and try to get out. I try to stay connected, and he just moves, and I try to control the position. Not for long, just 10-20 seconds, and then the other person. Try really just to get a good clamp. So normally we tend to have like a good position. We see, he locks his leg like this and controls this one, but we lack the pressure of our legs. So try to focus on really clamping in, so pulling in like a hamstring curl with both legs and like really controlling the leg. So we're like safe that we can control the position for a longer period of time. Okay? So let's get together, let's go. Genau, das obere ist mehr oder weniger nur, damit du die Rotation nicht, also damit sie nicht das Bein hier rauskriegt und dann das machst du halt nebenbei bei der Zeit. Okay, so the position looked quite well with everyone. I didn't see like any major problem. If someone has a problem and I didn't see it, just tell me right away when we start off the next technique, then I can adjust in the beginning. We start off in the same position. That's like our HQ for today. And we try to focus on one idea that's like normally not used like in leg locks. In leg locks, especially, I think most people go for the highest, like the highest braking mechanic first and try to get like the best submission right away. So normally that would be like an inside heel hook because it's like the highest braking mechanic. But also when I start letting go of the secondary leg, it's the position, I like the submission that has the highest escape rate as well. It kind of doesn't make sense, but the braking mechanic is high, but to get to a point where you have like a high submission rate, you need to make a lot of things work pretty nicely. So when I start off like letting go of this leg and going for the heel, he just turns his hip and hides his heel, and then I need to start working on stuff like inversions and other things, and I don't like that. So we start off with a completely different idea. I wouldn't call it bullshit moves, but I go with submissions that are like not as high in the braking mechanic, but also not as high in the risk that I'm losing the position. So I start off adjusting and starting off very easily and then going more risky later on. Because of the position, I think most of you felt it. When I control the position right, I don't fear that I'm losing it right away. But I only fear it when I go for certain submissions and I need to like create space. From here, I can't really do a heel hook because his heel is way back. So I need to create space, and this space allows him to escape. So I start off like very easy and try to first attack the secondary leg and try to attack from a position of control. We start off with like two reactions that the opponent may use to get out of the position. The first one is trying to like get this secondary leg out. So he will have like a pull trying to rotate because he's fearing maybe even the inside heel hook. And especially in this position, if he starts doing that, and I will try to go for the heel, I will lose it right away. So I will start focusing on the secondary leg. And what we do is like a shotgun aoki lock, a shotgun ankle lock or an aoki lock, depends on what you want to call it. I hope it's okay for the camera. So the idea is he's pulling out a bit. So the thing is that his heel will slide to my wrist. So even if I start like this, if he pulls out, the foot is getting closer to the ankle. And now what I want to make sure is that I don't attack the foot like in the traditional way, like this, or even like a little bit toe holdy way, but I want to attack the foot in a way that it's more attacking the inner part of the ankle, not the outer part. So how to do it is I start off with a shotgun ankle lock grip. So I get like one hand on the shin and one hand on my own wrist. And I need to create a little bit of space to make the heel slip, but just only a little bit. So right now the foot is staying behind me. I will get like a concave body posture. It's like getting out, pulling in, and then just connect again. So you see that his heel is stepping on my lower ribs, but his toes are still engaged and I have a good position. From here, I will try to first create tension before the break. So normally if I start like this, PJ is like very relaxed, doesn't care at all. But if I adjust and get a little bit of tension in it, it's way easier to get the break later on. So I will try to lift my shoulder and just start by like going up and a little bit back. So from here, he's still getting a poker face, but he's feeling it. And from here, I get some tension. And now everything I put into the break will already go really into the ankle. So from here, the idea is to push down this big toe down to the ground while getting my elbow a little bit slightly to my hip. So I'm lifting up and I'll go like this. The thing is, I still have a little bit of room, especially here in this configuration, behind the knee. And if you're flexible, you can fill that up with your foot. So you do like a butterfly ashi, you could call it. So I start off, the foot is behind. I adjust by getting a rounded back, slipping in. And now to get a little bit more traction, I get with the foot inside. From here, I can like put it on my thigh or just like hold it like this. Lift my shoulders, drop, and go for the tap. Okay, again. So we start off, maybe the ankle is further back. He will try to put the leg out. I resist, but still we're slipping further back. I go to the shin and my own hand. I will try to round my back and let the heel slip and then connect again. From here, I can place my foot on the inner part of the knee pit and then first create tension. I could go like just go in, but then it's a longer movement. If I first apply some tension and then I go in, it's way easier break. Okay? Just show it again.
Yes.
It's fine. Then let's go.
I felt it here.
We just continue down the road. I have a lot to show, maybe like a little bit too much, but I try to make sure that you have like enough time to practice. So we try to go like for the next one. And the first one was depending on like the opponent trying to pull the leg out. You can do it if the leg is like pretty neutral and he doesn't like pull it out or like pushes it in. You can still do it. But in the situation where he's starting like putting like a boot on and stuff like this, it's very hard to go to. Like if you're like maybe a little bit stronger or like the proportions are right, even if you go through, you may be able to get to back there and like with some power, but you still see like I'm way longer in my limbs than PJ is, and I still can't get there. If there's like a moment you can try to go to your elbow and like really concave and like pushes in, but still it's not the idea. So when the opponent, we start off like with the other overhook, and he starts to like straighten the leg, or maybe even like crosses his legs behind me, so I don't I won't be able to go to the secondary leg, but also not the heel hook. I will try to go like for the next one, also not as risky, but also not as high of a braking mechanic, but we can still work with that. So I get the underhook, he straightens it. I will try to get in between and get to this position. Back in the days, I saw people like just ripping and like applying more of a finish to the secondary leg, but my aim is like the primary leg. So the idea for me is to get like almost like a lateral knee bar on this one, not a pain tap on the calf of the opponent. So we first need to make sure that we get tension as well. So right here, PJ isn't feeling any tension at all. So I need to first get tension on the lower leg, so the primary leg. I will do that by like lifting up and going as high as possible with this leg. Try to think about like pulling the leg apart a little bit. So now, right now it's easy, and now I will just connect to the heel and pull up the leg a little bit apart. I will get this hand as high as possible to my shoulder, and I can get like a gable grip or like an elbow grip. Doesn't matter, depends on your preferences. We try now to rotate with like the pressure as well to my left side, but the important thing is that my knee is driving inside. So I counter rotate, my shoulders going this way while my knee are going that way. So first create tension, I can grab whatever I want. I fall to this side without the counter pressure, there's nothing there. But if I just put my foot on my own foot and point my knee in, I get the tap. And I have like a lot of movement there. So the idea is this one, for some people, this will feel like a pain tap on the calf. For some it doesn't. We don't care. We want the primary leg and focus on the braking mechanic on this one. So the idea is, again, we go through the legs, so in between, and then first like getting tension on the legs, so lifting up. Then I can grab whatever grip I want. I fall to this side while my knee is going this way. Okay, that's the idea. So if I would do it like without the secondary leg, it's like this. That's the idea. But this foot helps me keep this foot in place so I can adjust. So one last time. We start off, same position. He straightens his leg. I will go in between to the like forearm to the Achilles. Just lift up, so I pull, create tension, and then just move and go like this. If you got any problems, just tell me. I will be at your side. Let's go. So, again, the underlying theme of like most of the leg locks is pre-tension before break. So I need like for like every major injury, you have like a vulnerable position of the joint, and then you land like maybe like landing on the foot that's already turned in, and then there's like the pressure that applies for the break. You don't land like this and then you break your ankle. So especially with the legs, we need pre-tensions, we need a pull. So every force we put in, it goes into the break, not into creating the tension we need for the break. So we'll see the same idea with the inside heel hook now. So especially like with this one, I try to stay close. Maybe I like try to create pre-tension, but we're slippery. He got like good ballerina toes, and he's managing to like slip the top leg out. So maybe this happens. Then it's my like only chance right now to go to the inside heel hook. So I try maybe get the calf and put his big toe into my armpit. I fall onto my lower arm and try to stay on the side. So this is like the position we're into. Like right now I'm flaring my knees because I don't need to control the inside space as much. I need to get like a good angle so I can apply pressure with my hips sideways to the knee. But right now, I make it like more clear. Right now, PJ is totally fine. He doesn't care. And even I would think like in a roll, people right now would still have like hope that they can heel slip. So he's trying to heel slip. Now go the other way. And maybe he's like still has hope to do something like that. So again, we need pre-tension. So the idea is to get like more tension on the knee. So when we apply the brake, we have like more power for it. We can do it like with the secondary hand, or if you just push down your legs and get the elbow back. So from here, no pre-tension. So the knee, try to wiggle your knee a little bit. So you feel like no pre-tension. But if I just keep the foot in place and just rotate my shoulder back, now try to wiggle your knee, it's nothing there anymore. And now when I try to go for the brake, I just connect my hands. I will try to get 90 degrees so that I don't want to push into the knee pit. I want to push sideways to the knee. So I create more tension. I can go sideways and then just hip in. Okay? Again. Start off. We're like this. We go for the sideways knee bar. He pulls out. I collect the calf. Go with the big toe. Damn it. Big toe to my elbow pit, armpit, and try to get my elbow back. So I don't want to go perfect and go like this. I just want to go as if I'm trying to touch my spine with my elbow. So I'm going like this. I try to land on my elbow, but now I'm like falling forwards, so I don't have the tension already. But now if you wiggle your knee, yeah, still room, I move back. I can do it if I'm able to do it like without my hands, but I can also do it like very slowly, like this. And now he has no movement. I connect my hands. I can go a little bit more sideways, maybe even lift my hips and then go in. Okay? One last time. Again, underneath, he slips out. Calf, big toe, elbow to the spine, land on the forearm. And from here, create tension. So now, wiggle room, move back, or maybe put the hand on the ground, move back, adjust the angle, and then hip in for the break. Okay, let's go. So we only got like 5 minutes left. I practiced the class at home and it went out like the same, so I'm doing the same thing and expecting a different result. I'm not sure what that means. But I still want to show you like one last technique. I already saw like most of you went off like to talking, not practicing. That's like a sign for myself that I'm maybe like you're on a limit, but still I want to show it, and maybe just like when it's on video, you can watch it at home, because it's something sounds weird, special to me, because I felt that I came up with it and had like a lot of success in tournaments. And that's the idea. We, for myself, we competed in Lucha Libre events where we could reap and toe hold and knee bar however we wanted. But somehow we were like strange as well and forbid heel hooks. So we got into the position that's like perfect for heel hooks, but we couldn't attack a heel hook, which made no sense. But like thinking about like the IBJJF rules nowadays, it's almost the same thing. So this is like one move that I do pretty regularly. It's like one of my higher percentage moves in competition, and it depends like also like on the rule set a little bit, because people don't fear the heel hook because I can't do it. So the idea is I try to make the opponent rotate in the, you might say, wrong direction. So I want to make him go this way and let him rotate first, and then readjust my hips. So I will first show you what I mean by the rotation that the opponent is doing, and I will help him do it. So sometimes back in the days, people will try to roll out like this, or from a heel hook and just step over. Nowadays, that's not a thing anymore, really. So I, like for those who don't have like the bad instinct from back in the days, I need to make sure they go this way. So I go from this position and go to like a double underhook position. So the first idea is just I fall back and I want to make him rotate. And for the practice, we just like let him rotate once. So he rotates completely out of it, almost like to a 50-50. So we just go like this and he goes. That's the idea. So that's the way we want to go. Let's start again. Okay. So start off, get underneath, and we just want to make him go that way. So he moves and he moves up. And I feel like, for those who know maybe where I'm going with it, you feel that there's like a moment where the leg is in danger, and that's the idea. So I wanna make sure that I let him rotate or force him to rotate. And then when he adjusts his angle to me, I wanna fix it like in a 180 degree. So his knee is facing my belly button. So I start off like this. Before I just focused on like lifting, but now I also focus that my knee isn't like in front of this shin, but behind. So I'm leaning forward a bit. So when he rotates, I let him rotate, and then I adjust to catch it behind my elbow and get like a power knee bar. So from here, it depends on the person. Sometimes I try to rotate and I need to keep the angle, and I just push back my shoulder, hip in for the back. I try to rotate a bit. I'm not sure if that makes sense. We'll see. So the idea is I make him rotate, let him move, and then catch it again at 180 degrees. And from here, like hip in, shoulder back, and go for the finish. The thing is, because like at brown and black belt in the gi, the position, like saddle cross inside, isn't considered reaping as long as I don't overhook the primary leg. If I overhook the primary leg and force the knee inside, it's a reap. But if I just control the secondary leg, it's no reap. So if I make him roll and I go for the knee bar, perfectly fine. And most of the like only BJJ guys, gi guys, won't expect a knee bar. So last time, just go underneath. Again, try to keep this elbow here. If I go like this, I need to readjust afterwards. I start off like this, roll back, and then just catch. You just keep the angle, pull back, go for the knee bar. So I'm not sure how much time we still have. Just go for it like for a couple of like tries. First, just like the first one, just make him rotate and let him rotate out. So you feel like once like how it feels if he rotates, and then you let go as if you're like trying to let him roll out, and then catch him on the like 180 degrees. Okay, let's go. I hope you didn't mind that I went overboard like for 3 minutes. Yeah, just for the end. If everybody, if someone is into like the position, like the saddle and everything, and he like wants like a little bit more insight on what I do, that's like just a beginning. But for me, it was important to get like the idea across of the risk management and the tension before break. That's like the most important thing. One last thing, just to make it sure that you see it once. If someone said like, okay, cool, but what if he doesn't turn? He just like resists, just don't. Then you can go like, try to rotate in and do like a kung fu move. So you rotate in, push this knee through, and go in position like this. And then you have like a break as well. So there's like no end to it. You can like adjust like every position. There's like a counter move to the counter. I hope so. Other than he lets go and I need to invert. I hate inverting, so I don't do it. So that's the whole idea. If you have any questions, just come to me after the class. And other than that, thank you very much for coming.